here. I hope y'all are feeling good. We're rocking it through, rocking it through. I'm here with my girl. She is the creator of Black Women Views. She is the creator of the Am I Tripping game, and she is also the host of the Reecie Colbert Show that airs every Saturday right here at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My girl, Reecie Colbert. Reecie Colbert, how you feeling?
Hey, New York Times bestseller. I'm feeling good. How about you?
I'm doing good too. Doing good too. Speaking of New York Times bestseller, we're on YouTube, y'all. We're on YouTube for a minute. We're on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/Clay Kane Show. We're on there. What's up? How y'all feeling, YouTube? Go over to YouTube, y'all. View us on YouTube. Check us out. We try to make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you subscribe to Reecie Colbert as well, Black Women Views. But we're over on YouTube. We'll talk to y'all on YouTube. Get your questions. Of course, I'm on Nubia as well. We ain't never really gone everywhere. But I do want to say, it's Black History Month. This week marks my year anniversary of becoming a New York Times bestseller. The book, The Grift, The Downward Spiral, Black Republicans from the Party of Lincoln to the Cult of Trump. If you want a signed copy of this book, all you have to do is go to strandbooks.com. That's STRAND books.com, strandbooks.com, and just click signed. Go to the book place. Go just search it. Search The Grift, the Clay Kane. And you can get a signed copy of The Grift, and they'll mail it to you wherever you are in the domestic United States. And it's the paperback version as well. It's like $17, $18. They'll mail it out to you, and just pick up that book, pick up that signed copy of The Grift, and get it right on time for Carter G. Woodson's Black History Month. So, yeah, all that good stuff. Reecie, I want to do Am I Tripping? But let's go to a couple calls here because folks are waiting.
Okay,
all right,
do it.
let's go over to... Where are we? D from Maryland. What up, D?
Out of school.
You all right, D?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yes,
it's all right.
You
doing all
yes,
right?
I was wondering. You know what, Clay? What you were saying, Talita? What's her name? Talita, whatever.
Rashida
what in
Tlaib?
regards to the? Yes, they had her on today, and she did say that she did not vote for Kamala during the and she regretted it, and she's now fussing about Trump's going to try to take Palestinians, and I think it is an ethnic cleansing though, because he's only picking out the Palestinian people, and he's saying put them aside after he met with Netanyahu. She should know better. She knew that he was in the pocket of Netanyahu from the beginning, but because she said those words, and I agree with the guy who just called in. People listen to this stuff, and this is what I tried to say. I was on yesterday with someone else. We continue to say what the Democrats not doing, the Democrats not doing, and we are creating in people's minds that the Democrats aren't doing anything, never. And see, people take that stuff and use it the wrong way, because I think whatever the Democrats are doing, at least they're out front trying to do something. We need to, and I do believe that we do need to harp more on what the Republicans has not done, and we did not do that. If we had said the Republicans did not vote for this, and this, but we never highlight that on the show. On these shows, I noticed that we're talking more about the Democrats, and we give the Republicans a pass. People don't hear Republicans are not doing anything, and they continue.
Well, we don't give them a pass on this show, Ms. D. We don't. We talk about what's not being done or what is being done, so we don't give them a pass there. But I hear you. Go ahead. Final comment.
I love you, Reecie. Y'all are dynamic. I was trying to get y'all catch y'all when y'all was here before, but y'all was sold out. I'm not saying the show. I love the show. You do talk about it. You and Reecie both, but I think it needs to be highlighted more. Like, let's let people, because like you said, people do not research for themselves. We need to school these people, and each and every person in that Congress, who in the Senate and the House of Representatives, none of them voted on any of the bills that's something that's going to help the people. The Democrats are the only ones who gets the bad end of the stick, because we're talking about them and not saying what they're actually doing.
We have tons of calls, but I want to thank you for calling in, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Let's go over to Lisa from Phoenix, first-time caller. What's up, Lisa?
I'm listening to all your authors, and I congratulate you on doing getting your book as a bestseller. I wrote 3 books, and I wanted some information or some advice, if possible, of how to go about getting them published. When my father was 13 years old, he was sentenced to death. And this explores race through my family. You know, he said hello to a white girl. The Klan came. They hung, and a black man in his neighborhood whistled at a white girl. The Klan came that night, hung his wife, hung him, and the wife was pregnant. They cut the baby out of her stomach, and they threw them all in the lake. And heard about this over and over again. So I decided to write it because I said we went from cotton to space. I eventually became a space shuttle engineer, and I was on the Challenger and Discovery. But I left that, and I became a principal. And when I listened to everybody, the teachers talk, African American history was one paragraph about Martin Luther King, one paragraph about slavery, and that's it. So I wanted to write a book. I wrote 3 books. One is about my family struggle. When I was an engineer, I have the Hidden Figure story 20 years later. I was the first African American hired on the space shuttle team, and they introduced me to the space shuttle cat named Nigger. I wrote a book for 3 years.
Miss Lisa, we have tons of calls, so give me your question, though.
I just want to know, can you give me some advice on, because I've been querying, and they want it, they look at it, and then they reject it. How would you go about getting it, being really a nobody in terms of getting this published? Because I want it to be in the schools.
So I will try to give you the best advice I can. Publishing is an arduous, painful, disrespectful, trifling industry. I haven't really talked about what I went through behind the scenes with the grift. I've talked about it with Reecie privately. It's very difficult, so all I can do is give you the steps. It sounds like you've already do the query letters. A query letter is a letter that you do. It's basically a pitch. So first you have to get an agent, a literary agent, because most publishers do not take what they call unsolicited material. So you have to start there. You have to get an actual literary agent. So you have to email or whatever process they have, a submission letter. Look for agents who cover your kind of work. I can recommend an agency to you, Serendipity Literary Agency. They're a black woman agency. They do some really good work. But you have to look into agents who are going to do your kind of work. Then once you get an agent, which is very difficult to do, then they have to pitch the book to publishers. Now, if you are not a well-known publisher, you're going to get a really, really small publishing house. My very first book, Live Through This, which I still have, which is only published on paperback, was through a very small publishing house, and it was a very hard process. The book flopped. It didn't do that well at all. Still very, very proud of it. But I knew I had to get some kind of work published to try to get my next book published. And then even with The Grift, although it blew up and it was very successful, I was still with a smaller publisher called Source Books. So it's very difficult. It took me 46 years to become a New York Times bestseller. It is a long journey. My first book had to flop. So those are the key steps. I know it's difficult, but you got to stay in it. The great thing is you've already written the books. Now, if you want to self-publish, you can do that. There's many ways you can look into self-publishing. Reecie Colbert's done self-publishing. That's also an option. So you have to decide if you want to go the way of publishers or if you want to go the way of self-publishing. Now, when you have a publisher, you have higher distribution. So if you have a good publisher, they'll have your books in stores. Now, for my book, it sold out so quickly, it wasn't available in a lot of stores, and my publisher wasn't prepared for how good the book was going to do. So ultimately, what I could say is that in publishing, it is always a fight for your voice. Even with my next book, Burn Down Master's House, a lot of folks wanted The Grift Part 2. But I'm doing a fiction book next, which it's historical fiction. But it is always a fight for your agency, for your voice. It's very difficult. It's exhausting. But if you want to be published with a publishing house, you got to start with getting a literary agent. And that's hard to do. Every step of the way, it's hard to do. There are so many gatekeepers along the way. So I hope that helps, Lisa. Hope it helps. Do you want to add to that, Reecie?
Yeah, I mean, it's really easy to self-publish on Amazon. I used Amazon KDP self-publishing. There are other self-publishing mechanisms as well. Amazon, if you self-publish, it's print on demand. So they just take a percentage of your book price and then they charge a printing fee. There's no printing fee if you do it like Kindle, but if you want to sell it, you could choose if you want to do paperback, you could choose it how you want to do hardcover. So there's no cost to you. Then you can order your own publisher's copies if you want to, like, let's say you want to sell your book physically somewhere. You want to pitch it. So probably the work that you do to try to pitch yourself to a literary agent and to this person and that person, you could be pitching your actual book that's published.
Yeah.
To maybe indie bookstores or something. So I guess it just depends on how grand of a of a publishing you want. Clay laid out all of the benefits of publishing through a large, or not even a large, but through a publishing house, as opposed to self-publishing. You're not going to get on the New York Times bestseller as a self-publisher. So if that's what you're trying to do, then you need to go the Clay route. If you want to get your story out, if you want to be able to, increase your profile and get this information out, then self-publishing is a very easy, a very cheap way to go. And I sold a good number of my books. So, and I got to keep all the money because I was self-publishing. So mine is I don't
Amazon keep all the money.
Yeah. So that's another difference too, is when you self-publish, you keep everything outside of the cut that the publisher has. So I don't know how the compensation works when you go through a publisher, but I know what I got. Okay.
Right. Hope that helps, Lisa. Thank you so much. Let's go over to James from Tennessee. What's up, James?
Hey, what's up, Clay, and what's up, Miss Reece?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, James.
Oh, it's all good. I'm loving y'all all the way to life during this Blackest Black History Month.
Yes.
I appreciate y'all so much. I'm a truck driver. I'm off today. But I listen,
Okay.
I go up and down the river from 5 in the morning all the way to 5 in the evening.
Oh, wow.
But what I called about was this. I got an Am I Tripping, Clay?
Ooh.
You got an Am I Tripping segment? Well, you know what? Let's play the intro then for Am I Tripping. Let's make it happen. Play it.
You're locked into Am I Tripping with game creator and Urban View host Reecie Colbert on The Clay Kane Show. Playing Am I Tripping is simple. With unique scenarios, you'll be deciding who's tripping in no time. Someone is always tripping, where you get to decide who's tripping in scenarios ranging from slightly shady to straight up scandalous. Are they tripping? Call 866-801-8255 with your take. And guess what? You can get this game for yourself. Find out more at mitrippinggame.com.
Hey. That was
All right,
lit.
James, give it to us, brother. Give it to us. What's your Am I Tripping?
Okay, this is from Miss Reece. Miss Reece,
Yes.
am I tripping? But I do remember that I've listened to you guys all the time. And I remember back around Thanksgiving, back around when Mr. Clay, was divesting from X and was looking to get his numbers up on Blue Sky.
I know where you're going
And
with
he
this.
made the statement, Mr. Clay,
Yes.
that if you reach certain numbers, you would
Yes.
release one of the songs that you had recorded. Now,
Many years
Miss
ago.
Reece,
Mm-hmm.
am I tripping? But have we heard this song yet?
Nah, you ain't tripping. We ain't heard it. But I don't know if
Well,
we met
first
the
of all,
criteria that Clay
We
was
didn't.
talking
I
about.
said, I think I said if I get 5,000 followers within a week, I will release a snippet from a song that I record from songs that I did music when I first moved to New York many years ago, and that didn't happen. I'm only at 8,000, and I've been on Blue Sky since November. So y'all didn't join in like that. I didn't release it. I didn't even mention it again. So I'm sorry, James. It's in my deep MP3 archives.
It's Black History, uncover Black History.
Exactly. It's hidden stories, baby.
Hey,
Go ahead, James.
The secret cut, the dark cut. Hey, Clay, as you would say, the B side. We want to hear
no,
the B
no.
side.
No, it's gonna stay there. It's gonna stay there. That's well, I appreciate you, James. Thank you for remembering, though, brother.
It's the privacy. It's gonna be a secret forever.
We're gonna have to make it okay. Will you bring it out at Beyond the Mic?
I am not playing them vocals at Beyond the Mic. You must be crazy.
No, but you got to give people something exclusive, Clay. We can sell tickets just off of
Reece, we ain't playing it Beyond the Mic on live radio and YouTube. No, then I'm gonna get a question at Beyond the Mic. Where's your song, Clay? Because y'all just want to clown me.
I think people will buy the tickets, Clay. A little mini.
Oh
concert.
my God!
I'm not saying you gotta
what if I performed it live?
Ooh, that would be something. That's how we gotta do.
I did perform all over.
You did.
If you're a New Yorker, I performed at CBGB's, the Elbow Room, the Bitter End.
Did you play the banjo or the guitar?
No, I didn't play an instrument. I had a guitarist with me.
Oh, you had
it was just a guitar and vocals. It was all right. I did a little something. It was all right.
A little acoustic.
But, yeah, it was good. There was a time. Okay, thank you for your call, James.
If you could cover a song based on your thin vocals as you described it.
It was very thin.
Who would you cover? Like, if you like, okay, I just have to survive 15 seconds without getting booed, and I will win $1 million.
Well, when I do karaoke, I do Raspberry Beret.
Okay.
And I'm kind of every other note in tune with that. I can do the first verse to Rhythm of the Night by El DeBarge.
Okay.
The first verse, then it goes too high.
Okay.
So normally I do a duet with somebody and let them take the rest.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is karaoke. But this was I was 21, 22 years old. This is, I was putting an ad in the back of the Village Voice looking for guitarists, and I wasn't a great singer. Hell, I probably was like Bob Dylan level. I don't know. I wasn't a great singer. But I could write my ass off though.
You can write, you can.
But I did perform.
I
did perform, and I had a couple of good, but my voice was just wasn't strong enough. So yeah, but no, I ain't gonna release that. But listen, I have the Am I Tripping segment.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So I've talked about a couple of friends of mine, right?
Uh-huh.
There's a bit of a controversy going on right now.
Oh.
So they had plans to go to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Today there were plans to go to Miami. And I'm up here in New York, New Jersey now.
Yeah.
Leaving soon. So they had plans to go. They asked me to go, and I don't like to fly. And I said no. I ain't flying. I don't want to do it. I don't care. I know we all need vacation, but just come on, Clay. Fly down, whatever. I said nope. I'm not doing it. Good luck.
Right.
The plane crash freaked me out. The FAA ain't working. Whatever the case may be. So I said no. And they booked this 2 months ago. But I know my spirit. In February, I just don't like to fly. I don't like to fly in the wintertime, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I know that's irrational. Forgive me. I'm a nervous flyer.
Yeah.
So, that horrible crash happens, and then the FAA drama and all that good stuff, and then there's a snowstorm up here.
Mm-hmm.
Let me give them names. We'll just say Johnny and Billy. So Johnny's excited to go down to Miami. It's like 75 degrees down there. Have a good time. Whatever.
Yeah.
Billy, who I never knew was a nervous flyer, canceled.
So it's just supposed to be 2 of them and 1 canceled.
And Billy said, I'm not going. I don't feel comfortable. The FAA, the snowstorm, and Clay has got me stressed out because he sent me too many articles on what Trump is doing and how the FAA is impacted. I'm not doing it.
Okay. Yeah.
Now there is rage. And Johnny is blaming me.
What?
Johnny's like, well, you shouldn't have stressed him out. I said, what are you talking? I'm just sharing with y'all what's going on in the world. I'm just sharing with y'all, well, how am I supposed? Johnny is upset. He is mad as hell.
He's mad at you?
Billy canceled. Yeah. I mean, he's not real mad at me.
Yeah,
but he did kind of clap back at me. I didn't appreciate it. And I'm like, listen. And then he felt like I should have pushed Billy more to go. I said, how am I going to push Billy? Y'all know I don't like to fly.
Right, exactly.
I'm the last person.
I've already said I'm not going. So how am I going to push him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Billy, he just couldn't feel safe. Oh, yeah. One more thing. Billy said he had a dream.
Ooh.
That the plane didn't go well. He had a dream, a vision, a simple nightmare, right? And he said, I'm not doing it. Johnny's down there right now
Okay.
by himself,
Oh.
pissed off,
Oh.
outraged.
So were Johnny
But
and
the
Billy
fear-
supposed to be on the same flight?
Yeah,
So obviously the flight was okay then, if Johnny made it.
obviously it was. The fear got the best of him. And then I said, Billy, I get it, and that also upset Johnny. Like, why would you say you get? I said, because I do.
Yeah.
I feel bad that he canceled on you. That's terrible, but his spirit spoke to him.
Yeah. Ooh.
So Johnny felt like I should have had his back more.
No,
And
Johnny's
been like,
tripping.
no, get on that damn plane. What's wrong with you? Because Billy called me
Oh.
and said, I don't think I'm going to go. And I said, I get it.
Yeah.
That wouldn't have been me if I would have. I mean, I don't convince anybody to get on a plane.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'll fly for work. That's about it. I don't fly for
mhm.
leisure.
Mhm.
That's it. So, Johnny felt like I could have had his back a little bit more, and I think it's all Billy's fault. Don't put me in it.
Yeah.
And y'all know what I'm gonna say, But Johnny felt like, yo, you this terrible. You don't cancel the day, and he forfeited his ticket and everything. Billy didn't feel safe.
Uh-huh.
He
Well, is he
didn't feel
still paying?
safe.
Were they sharing a room? Like, is he still giving Johnny the money for the room, or like what?
That's a good question. I think they used points or some shit like that. I don't know. Or they made it already went half on it. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
So who's tripping?
So you're 100% not tripping, right?
I
You didn't
agree.
wanna
Thank you.
go.
Finally, I'm not tripping.
No, you're not tripping. You're not tripping based on what you said, okay? Because you be throwing in the curveball, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
I do later. I do later.
So you're not tripping. I wouldn't even say that Johnny is tripping because, like, I get it. Look, I flew to Atlanta to go to the Mary J. Blige concert, and the whole time I'm like, Lord, I'm risking my life to go to Mary J. Blige. I hope I don't die, but I guess if I die, I will be in first class with my mimosa. So at least I'll die in style. Like I was very cognizant of the way I was risking my life, but I just was like, well, I want to go to Atlanta. I want to turn up. I want to have a momcation. And so it is what it is. And I made it back and I made it home safely. So all's well as end well. So, I understand fear, but I also feel like, you guys have plans. You're leaving this person hanging. But the second that Johnny got on the plane, then you can't be mad that you by yourself because you knew getting on that plane, you was gonna be by yourself. So go down there and make some friends and don't plan nothing with Billy ass anymore. I think Billy is tripping, but I understand it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he's wrong, but he is tripping, if that makes sense.
Crazy Cat on YouTube said, Clay, you amped it up.
I don't know if you instigated. I just think you were, you told him, like, I get it. Like, I mean, what else were you supposed to be like? Well, right. I would have said, I don't know. I wouldn't, but see, I would hate to try to convince somebody to do something and then something bad happened. I'd be like, damn, they did try to, I would feel that fault. So I'm not going to try to convince you something. If you have your spidey senses, then I'm going to be like, well, I mean, you got to do what you feel comfortable. That's what I would have said.
Now, the plane was delayed like 3 hours because of the snow and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot happening right now, but it's all, air traffic, you have delays, you have mechanical issues, you have all kind of shit. So, but it is nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking. So I don't blame Billy, but Billy was kind of tripping because he left his friend hanging, and that's kind of messed up. So
listen, everybody knows, don't ask me to go on trips.
Right.
Don't do it.
Well, don't even ask you to go to happy hour, honey, because it's hit or miss. The weather, if the weather goes below 40, it's like Clay may
40
not. What?
Below 65.
Below 65. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's crazy.
And I'm struggling. I'm struggling to push through. Yeah, we did another MI trip when I canceled too many times on people.
Yes. Okay,
I have to be in my house. I'm a Taurus.
I have a quick MI trip.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay, real quick. Okay, so my sister, she got a text message out of the blue from an acquaintance, somebody that she doesn't talk to on a regular basis. And this acquaintance is going through a lot, right? But she texts my sister and she says, I need to borrow $30 for 2 weeks till I get some money. And my sister was like, should I do it? And I was like, hell no. What is $30 gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody is asking for $30, then that's just going to create a cycle of this person always coming to you whenever they need something. And you don't have a relationship with this person. Like, you don't talk all the time. You know, the only time you hear from her is when she has an issue. So I feel like if you need $30, if that's how small your problem is, then I don't even know if I can even help you. Do I have $30? Of course I have $30. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be your nickel and dime as friend, especially when we ain't cool like that. So she ended up giving the girl $30. And the girl hounded her for the money, by the way. And she hasn't heard back. The deadline on which she's supposed to get her money back has passed, and she hasn't heard back from her. But am I tripping for thinking that if you need so little money, then I don't want to give it to you, because then I feel like you're just going to constantly hit me up for a little petty money. It don't matter that I spent $30 on lunch, like nobody's business, but I just don't want to set an expectation that anytime you need $30, $20, I'll just call Reecie, you know, because I just don't want that kind of relationship with somebody. Now, especially considering the fact that we don't talk. We don't talk. Hey, girl, did you see the Real Housewives of Potomac? Hey, girl, you know, happy birthday, boss baby. Like, we don't have that relationship. It's just, I need something. Let me call Reecie. I don't want to be the call Reecie person. Am I tripping?
I don't think you're tripping at all. That would concern me if you're reaching out of nowhere and asking for some money and it's $30. Now, I'm of the belief that, with the exception of like large amounts, if I'm going to give you some money, I'm not going to expect it back.
Right.
So it's just like, I'm going to give you $30, you know, whatever the case may be. But to literally, you know, you don't talk like that and you're hounding me for it. First of all, I would clap back saying, I'm offended that you would ask me for $30 and we don't even talk like that and you're hounding me.
Right.
Like, yo, get off my text message.
Yeah.
I would set a boundary. I would set a boundary right there. Your sister is so nice, though.
She
is.
So
sweet.
Yeah.
So maybe this person knew she was so nice and so sweet. I don't know. But I guarantee you in the next year, it'll be like $50, $60, $70. You know what I'm saying? So that's unfortunate.
I would rather you tell me, and I'd rather you tell me, like, look, I'm asking 10 people for $30 because I need 300.
Right.
And then I'd be like, okay, well, bitch, that makes sense. You trying to get, you're not just coming to me to solve 100% of your problem. I don't want to be the solve 100% of your problem person. You know what I'm saying? Especially, like I said, we don't have that kind of rapport with each other. So and this maybe this is another am I tripping? If you ask me for something, I'm going to chop some amount off, because if I don't want you to feel like I'm a one-stop shop. Okay, I need $1,000. So if I need it, I just go ask Reecie. I can give you $750. If you ask me for $1,000, I got you. I got $750 for it. You know, if you ask me $500, I got $300. You know, I'm not gonna give you 100% because I just don't want to be the one-stop shop for people,
especially at this grown age.
Yeah,
you know, when you were 21 years old, you know, I want to go to the club, give me this much money or whatever. But at this grown age, I hope the person is doing okay in her life.
Well, so this person isn't. So I understand, like, as a compassionate, empathetic person, like, I would normally be inclined to help a person that isn't doing well. However, I don't want to be that person's crutch, particularly when we don't have that kind of relationship. You know what I'm saying? I would never let my people go hungry. I would never let my people struggle, period. Sure. But that's my people. That's not just somebody that I know casually that we don't have a relationship with unless you asking me for something.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, your sister's so sweet, though. She may have to create a boundary. Yeah, and I don't think you're tripping at all. And nowadays, it's so easy to borrow money. Back in the day, you had to go to someone's house, get the cash. Right. Now it's just cash at me, Apple Pay me, boom.
Yeah.
It's so easy. No, I don't. No, I don't like it. But when I do let somebody borrow money, I just take it. Now, I don't do large sums now.
Yeah.
I don't do large sums. I ain't doing all that. I listen.
Well, I'll let you borrow a good amount, but it's like my mama, my sister, you know what I'm saying? Right. Like somebody like that. It's not like a best friend 20 years. It's not like somebody casual. Nah, I don't do that. Sorry, I can't help you. I won't help you. I won't even say can. I be like, nah.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go to a call here. Let's go to Stan from Houston. Am I working here? Am I working? Oh, Lord have mercy. Hold on one second. Let me just get up here. I feel like this thing is acting weird. Okay, let me just
Sally
go back
said,
over.
I got $10. She said I was there.
Let me see. Let's go over to Nisa. Nisa from Pennsylvania. What's up, Nisa?
Hi, how you doing? Hi, Reecie.
Doing good.
Hi.
I'll just make this quick. The Dearborn, Michigan Arab Americans, and I'm glad everybody's saying Arab Americans, not Muslims, because I'm pretty sure Black Muslims is not voting for Trump. But the anti-Blackness made it easier for them to vote for Trump. Like, it was already there. And that's my experience with being Black Muslim and being in spaces with Arab Muslims. The anti-Blackness is always already there. So it just made it easier. So sis out here talking about she's surprised, she living in a bubble.
Yeah.
Yes. You know what just saddens me, though, about this whole, and I want to be clear, these are just clips we're seeing on social media. I do want to point out the majority of Arab Americans did support Kamala Harris. Just want to be clear, the majority number. It wasn't like 70% supported Trump, right? So I just want to be clear about that. We got to be careful when we talk about a minority supporting whatever.
As far as a specific area where this was a specific push, but it was also an important electoral college.
That's the whole thing. But what's sad to me, and this is like been the way that I feel for years, is that, you know, Arab Americans are not the enemy.
No.
Black folks are not the enemy. This just goes back to Movements 101. How powerful could we be if we work together? Right? It just saddens me. Because I want you to be a free person.
Yeah.
I don't want to see any horror happening in Palestine or Gaza.
Right.
You know, my grandfather's from the Jim Crow South. And he still voted.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, this is a long game. This is an end game. And so, you know, we got to be careful focusing on select clips. But it is stunning for me that you thought Kamala Harris was the enemy.
And you thought you were punishing Kamala Harris.
Right. You thought you were punishing her. When literally, I mean, this is part of the conundrum that all these things are on record. I mean, it's on record. It's there. Jared Kushner talking about waterfront property. For me, that would be egregious. That would be a forever deal breaker.
And that was when Biden was in office, be clear. That wasn't.
Exactly. That wasn't 20 years ago. Right? So it saddens me when I see, wow, how great could we have been if we would have worked together. I mean, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be. It's going to be bad. So it just saddens me that I have another clip I don't even want to play, but people are just deeply misinformed. They don't understand policy, and we went through it, Reecie. There were massive mistakes under the Biden-Harris administration when it came to Israel and Palestine. Incredible mistakes. For me, bypassing Congress twice was wrong of Biden.
And then Congress also bypassed them.
And there we go. But what you're going to see now, Trump is bypassing Congress in general. And I think for me, I do also think about domestic policy.
Yeah.
Domestic policy is important. So it saddens me that people fall for the bullshit. But even with that being said, I don't think they're the enemy. You know, too many people fall for gaslighting.
Yeah.
We're all being being gaslit from the rich guy at the top.
Yeah, but I feel like I still want some accountability. Like I don't sit up here and be like, well, I don't know why you looking at me. I don't know why you. No, because that wasn't the energy that you had. It was the look at me, I'm sticking it to you, I'm punishing you energy. And now it's, well, I don't know, did I do that? Steve Urkel energy. I don't think so. So I saw like Kenny, for instance, Too Raw, Too Real on social media. Yeah. He made a video and it's going viral where the guy was, I'll see to it that this bitch loses.
I have that clip.
Yeah. And then he turned around now. Oh, people of color, we need to band together. Fuck out of here. We don't need to band together shit. The time for that was when we could have stopped this man from being in office.
November.
So I'm not saying fuck everybody, but I fuck the specific people that told us to go to hell. Now, the ones who was with us on November 5th, I'm rocking with you. But if you was on the other side on November 5th, I ain't got shit for you. Don't come over here acting me to be Captain Saver because I ain't got it for you. Now, if you can show me where you was on the same side as me from the get, then okay, cool. But I'm never gonna be against the people of Palestine. I'm not gonna do that. But in terms of joining you, locking arms with you, who was big badass anti-Kamala and calling everybody genocide, this, y'all can stay over there with that. Don't send for me because I'm not coming.
I have a question, Reecie. I may have asked before, but I think it's worth asking again. Where is Jill Stein? Where is Dr. Cornel West? I believe he has a podcast now. Allegedly, I heard that. Where are they? Because Jill Stein was going on the Breakfast Club saying how she could win, and to think that she couldn't win was, media, blah, 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 blah. Where?
I don't know.
Where are they? I'm just very, very...
Is she even
Dr.
on
Cornel
Instagram?
West, I don't know. Dr. Cornel West changed parties, 3 times, 2 times. I'm just curious to know, where are they? I mean, people are asking, where is Kamala?
The last Jill Stein post on Instagram was January 27th, child. You late.
January 27th?
January 27th.
That's the last time Jillian posted? For real?
Mm-hmm.
January 27th.
January
Well, you would think you'd be posting every day.
And she's doing both sides. Both sides is them too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, here's a question.
I'm just curious. It's just my soul wants to know, because she said, they could do this, they could win, they know they could win, and blah, 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 blah. Where are you now? Where are you? Where are you now?
I mean, Dr. Cornel,
I'm in a ball of
ain't doing
confusion.
too much posting either. But okay, here's a controversial question, because I've been seeing a lot more input about this. Do you think that VP should be speaking up right now?
I struggle with this. People have been saying this. Should Kamala Harris be everywhere speaking up? I understand people saying that we need her voice, and so on. But I think that I think it's the wrong question. Not from you, from other people.
Yeah.
Do you think she should speak up? I think she should do what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
And for her, that might be sitting down and recharging. For her, that might be deciding what steps she wants to go into, what her next steps are, rather. And from what I've gathered, Kamala Harris is not the kind of person who's going to come out balls to the wall and say why she really lost, right? She's not going to go there and explain that it was ridiculous that you had a man who was selling gold watches and Bibles and shoes, yet she was the one that was considered out of touch. There was so much madness and chaos that went down last year. So I think she owes it to herself. If she wants to step back, fine. I wish Trump would have stepped back, but he didn't.
Right.
She owes it to herself. And I just don't like the idea that she has to be the magical black woman superhero. I don't know what it feels like to lose an election. You did the best work that you could do, and you lost. So what I will say, though, is for all the people who felt like they were the revolutionaries and that they were the ones that could reinvent and change the world, and they do it every election cycle, they just popped up, Dr. Jill Stein and Dr. Cornel West and others, I think that I feel like they should, because they're not even a part of the establishment and they believe both sides.
Yeah.
Well, then change one of the sides.
Right. There you go.
So, listen, Kamala Harris has served her country over 2 decades of experience. She had a clear plan. She had a clear agenda. Yes, mistakes were made. I stand by that. Dedicating yourself to legacy media outlets and pop culture media outlets was a mistake. I'll always stand by that. But on her worst day, she was better than Trump on his best day. She didn't call to destroy unions. She was respectful when there was an assassination attempt. Unlike the Republicans who were mocking when Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked, she moved with grace and class. On the debate, she mollywopped him. So I think she put in the work. And if she doesn't want to be out there, cool. And maybe she's done with politics. You know, we had our joke before that if she loses, she might move her ass to freaking India. Say, because y'all don't call me black enough.
Oh,
and do her own cooking show. Right? Her own cooking show. Like, what did you call it?
Cackling and cooking.
So, I'm good with whatever she wants to do. Whatever she wants to do. She's now a private citizen. What do you think, Reecie?
I think on a human level, on a personal level, I empathize with the idea of reclaiming your time of rest. If she's retiring from politics, girl, go ahead, reclaim your time. If she wants to run again, she should be out there, because this is what's happening right now is already changing the world as we know it. So to be silent right now as shit's going down and there's a yearning for a leadership vacuum to be filled, in a couple of years, people are going to be like, well, where were you? And I think that will be a fair question. So if she wants a political career, she should be out there. But we know she's very measured. She likes to contemplate. She's a Libra, I'm a Libra, so I get it. She's very slow to act. And I think that's been one of her biggest weaknesses in terms of her presidential aspirations in her first campaign and as well as this campaign. She's very, very slow to act. And we need somebody who's very agile, who's on the shit and who's out there forcefully and who's not going to mince words and who has something really strong to say. And if she's not there yet, then fine, that's cool. But I just think that it's going to be a big ask in 3 years if she thinks she's going to run for president again. And she's been silent for too long. So I don't know, maybe she comes out a month from now, 2 months from now, 3 months from now, but we are radically seeing our government being reshaped in a way that we can't come back from, and she's not there. So I get it. I'm Team Kamala. Like, I supported her and I support her getting her rest, but then you have to understand the ramifications of that for another national campaign. Her competitors, they're governors, they're senators, they're congress people, they're people that are doing something right now, you know? And so when we look back, and maybe people have such short memories, it won't matter, but I just think for a national campaign, now if she wants to run for governor, it probably doesn't matter, but to run for president again, I think that this time frame is going to be a void that I don't think just, well, y'all, I lost, so y'all didn't want me. I don't think that's going to be a good enough explanation in 3 years. That's just my position. So
I don't think she'll run for president again. I don't think she will. I mean, if we have, reputable elections again.
I know, right? We might not even have that.
Yeah, so I don't think she's.
I don't know. I don't know if she will. This is making me more convinced that she won't. Because I think that you would have to know, and I would think that somebody around her has to be smart enough to tell her, if you want to be fucking president in 2028, you need to get your ass out here. So the fact that nobody has said that to her, or she doesn't seem to feel like that to me indicates that she's probably not ready again. And then if that's the case, cool, retired, chill.
Absolutely. Let's head to a break. We're going to come back. We'll rock a few more calls, and Reece is going to stay for a little bit after 2 o'clock. And we're on YouTube for only a few more seconds. Reecie will talk to folks during. I wish I could, but the audio kicks back. And we're going to jump off of YouTube. And so it's good times, good times. Every line is lit. This is the Clay Kane Show on Sirius XM Urban View Channel 126. Be right back.
You're listening to the Clay Kane Show.
All right, let's see what the comments are saying. People are saying,
be right back.
You're listening.
Uh-oh. Clay, are you muted? Okay, I don't see any feedback. Okay, a lot of people are saying The country doesn't deserve Kamala. People are saying, some people say she needs to be out here. Don't run again. Maybe Governor California. She may want to sit down like Hillary. Rejection hurts. I think honestly, our biggest problem with the Democratic Party is when we lose, we just pack up our bags and go home. There's too much deference to like, oh, we have a new president, let them do the things, this elder statesman. And I just feel like, no, y'all need to be out there being the opposition, being the resistance. So everybody is so above the fray, and that's their right to do. But I just feel like it just leaves this void when they do that, when everybody's doing this. So that's the problem. Let me see. Start off this administration with back-to-back plane tragedies. Shouldn't have changed her stance on Medicare for all. Yeah. But it says if she runs again 2020, and I'll be here for her 100%. People go through shit. I don't think that's the case. Let me see what else. Okay, I'm trying to catch it. Let me see. Oh, by the way, guys, I will be live tonight at 8:30 on Black Women Views, recapping Harlem. So if any of you guys watch Harlem, then come check me and my girls out on there. Am I going to Jazz in the Gardens? No, look there. I'm trying to save some money in Donald Trump's America jail. With all these things that are happening, I don't know. I gotta stack some coins. Okay. Did I ever watch Trading Places? I don't think I did. Thank you, Raven. Let's see. Somebody said I should run Raj now. My husband is a politician. Let's see. Hey, Greg from ATL. Trump was on 24/7 when he was out of office. That's true. Pray for us federal employees. Charles, I'm praying for y'all for sure. Let's see. Tyrone says he doesn't think anything does Kamala. Oh, okay, we got to go back. Okay, bye, y'all.